What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. In today's videos I want to talk about the real ups and downs with selling on eBay. A lot of people just talk about the ups and downs as far as sales, but there's much more to that. I'm going to go over 3 ups and 3 downs in this video. So please make sure you smash the like button, consider subscribing. Let's get in the show. All right, let's start with the ups and downs on eBay. Everyone knows sales are never the same. No 2 days of sales will be identical. So what I want you guys to do is plan for the low days still being more than you need. So as an example for me, my goal for listing on eBay is just 30 items a day. And that's why my goal is 143 items a day. So on a bad day, I still reach my goal. I want everyone to plan like that because eBay is up and down. And number 1, this is the first up. If you join my Patreon group, the whole point of this channel is for you to sell more widgets per hour. Okay, so sell more items per hour, no matter what category you're in. That's the main focus of this channel. So always be thinking about more widgets per hour, more units per day. Now, I get a lot of flack for this because people say, what if I don't want to get bigger? It's no problem if you don't want to get bigger, but there's always rising costs. It costs more for storage, your items are going to cost more money, shipping is going up, it's going to get more flooded, so there's more competition, so you might actually have to lower your price. So one of the examples that my partner Tech and Sports and I were talking about in our group is you have to have the right tool for the job. So for example, he used the example of a home needing a tree removal. So if you had a pickup truck, it might take you 6 months to haul away a tree piece by piece. Let's say it's a giant 50,000 pound tree. If you just had a small pickup truck, you don't have the right tool, it's going to take a lot longer for you to move that tree versus somebody who has the right tool might be able to load that up in half a day. So you have to have the right tools for eBay. It's actually easier to do eBay on a little bit of a larger scale than it is really small, because on a bigger scale you can have a space for photos, you can have a space for listing. You don't need that much space. I just think you need around 80 square feet. That's about the size of most of a bedroom. You don't need a large warehouse space, but having a dedicated area that's 8 by 10 will really help you increase your widgets per hour, and you need that to offset the costs of running an eBay business. So that's number 1. The next down is we're actually looking for ways to trim down steps. So if you're in our group, the point is, let's reduce your photography from 2 minutes to 1 minute per item. Let's reduce your listing from 10 minutes per item to 6 minutes per item. And we're gonna look at your exact process, post a picture of what you're working on or a screenshot or a short video of what you're working on, and let us know what you're looking for. Do you wanna reduce how long it takes? If you post that in the group, we'll be able to help you and figure out any unnecessary things that you're doing or help you improve your skill on certain things to improve that. As an example, when you are selling clothing, de-wrinkling the items takes some time, so we would go over ways to how to improve that. If you're selling video games, there's a seller in the group, Brad, with 43 full-time employees, and they have machines running 24/7 cleaning video games, media, CD, DVDs, because think about the operation required to supply enough stuff for 40 people who list your items all day. That's a crazy operation. But we're looking for steps to save time. So for him, a little tiny 5-second improvement might translate to thousands of dollars of efficiency even per week. Okay, the next thing is we're trying to increase our profit per item. So in order to do that, you're gonna have to either optimize your listing so that a better customer is finding it, or the easiest way is to pick different items. So Jessica on Sunday posts a BOLO list, so people post their best sale of the week, and you can learn from there what items sell for more money. Categories that you normally sell in, there's somebody who sold something for $400, $500, $600, and you wouldn't know that unless you're really paying attention in your specific group. Once you build up this Rolodex, you're gonna make more money per item, which I wouldn't say that you replace. So let's say you're selling 10 items per day at $100 profit each, that's $1,000. Versus 100 items that are $10 profit. From my experience, it's actually easier to sell 100 $10 profit items because they're easier to find. So again, what you want to do is continue to sell 100 items, but just slowly increase that profit per item from like 10 to 11 to 12 to 13. That'll really help you out. Next is you want to decrease the number of categories that you sell in. And this one is really challenging because a lot of people say, well, what happens if the category that I sell in goes away? Am I out of business? You are out of business. Let's say that you are a master seller of Velcro, and then Velcro steps in and says you can no longer use our name, you can't sell anything with Velcro. If you were at one point the best seller of Velcro items, you could use that knowledge to become an expert at another category. I see that all the time. Somebody sells in one category, their supplier runs out, they don't give up, they just switch. Most notably, I have a friend that was a very, very good handbag seller. His supplier left, he switched to vitamins, okay? That's like a crazy right turn, okay? So that's nothing like his original category of handbags, but vitamins, he ended up doing okay. So again, if you specialize, you'll know how to specialize in anything. If you become a high level in any category, you can translate that information and that knowledge to getting good at another category. But if you spread yourself too thin, you don't get good at any categories, you won't notice areas of opportunity because you're not doing it enough to even notice. As an example, I sell jeans. I'm the number 4 jeans seller on eBay in female jeans. The top 3 are also in the group. So there's the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, 8, 9, 10, and then there's lots of people in the top 100 all in the group of jeans. Jeans is a tough category because they ship mostly priority mail, especially for men. So one of the reasons why I pick women's jeans and not men's jeans is the weight is usually under 1 pound, right? So, but if you were just a jeans seller, even in both genders, you wouldn't maybe not know the nuances of maybe saving $2, $3 on first class mail versus priority mail in the women's category. Some of the jeans actually are so thin, they're like 8 or 9 ounces on the women's side, but a men's pair of jeans is almost never under 1 pound. And sometimes if they're super baggy fit, they have to go in a padded flat rate envelope, which is $8.20 in February of 2012. So pretty expensive. You're already losing $8 just for shipping costs. So if you specialize, you'll be able to navigate through this and you'll learn, okay, because it's so much more difficult in this category, I can still compete by offering a larger selection or maybe ordering 2 or 3 of the same thing. Yesterday, I was shipping out jeans. I had 6 orders of 3 pairs of jeans. All of those 6 orders, the 3 pairs of women's jeans, fit in 1 padded flat rate. So just like I mentioned earlier, $8.20 to ship 1 pair, but now I'm shipping $8.20 for 3 pairs. That's a huge cost savings. It gives me an advantage over the next person. So again, specializing allows you to identify those opportunities. Okay, next is increasing how fast items sell. This is maybe the thing I learned the most about the group. Is me right now, all of my listings are optimized to sell as quickly as possible, and I can't even grow my store out of this unit. I have 3 of these units side by side, but my items are selling so quickly that I'm barely just filling this unit up after 2 months of switching to this new inventory system. So it takes a while to get a hang of your category, but once you do, your sell-through rate will be really fast. And if your sell-through rate is not fast, don't grow. I know this is really important. Maybe pause the video right now, smash the like button and get a notebook out and write this down. If your items don't sell, that's the biggest cost in your eBay store. And items taking a long time to sell cost you more money in storage and mental real estate because these are items that are taking up space, taking up time. A lot of people have to go back and relist them, and that's a problem. So you want to list items that you don't have to relist all the time. I know that sounds crazy, but I was just looking at some different methods that people put out there, and a lot of people say spend an hour a day relisting items. That might be an issue if you list your items poorly in the beginning or you pick a category that people aren't into, but I recommend trying to stay in categories where you don't have to relist the item and listing them right the first time, so you don't have to delist, relist. That's an extra step. Plus, if you think about every single month going by that it doesn't sell costing you 10 cents, you realize, you know what, I don't want to pay those insertion fees. I'm going to list things that are going to sell quickly. In the group, you'll see all kinds of tips and tricks that people use to make things sell faster. Mainly titles, pictures, description, item specifics, pricing, return strategy, promoted listing strategy, marketing strategy. That's pretty much all of the different ways you can make things sell fast. But just because there's only 8 different ways to make things sell fast doesn't mean that it's easy. It's simple because there's only a few different ways to do it, but it's very difficult to master your specific category. And finally, I want to talk about reducing distractions and unnecessary items. So this is my new work desk. It's just a white table, and I no longer use a double monitor system. I no longer use monitors at all. I don't use an external mouse. I don't use an external keyboard. I just have headphones, my phone, which I don't leave here while I'm listing, and my computer. That's it. So I use the trackpad on my keyboard, and the reason why I don't use a mouse anymore is I don't want to move my hand off of the keyboard. Listing is mostly just a series of tabbing, shifting, and adjusting. If you watch my colleague Tech and Sports list items, in the example in our group, he lists 7 items in 5 minutes. Okay, my model is a little bit slower. It can take up to 1.5 minutes to list each item because I use templates. But if you use sell similar off of your own items, it's under 1 minute. So we've gotten a lot of flack because a lot of comments say there's no way that you can list items that quickly because you have to do research, you have to figure out what price to sell, you have to figure out the item specifics, and you have to figure out the title. Well, good news for you because we don't have to do that. We list similar items so we don't have to do price research. Every single item in my store, I just price based on memory. It's similar to another item that I've sold before. So if it's a higher tier item, I price sort it in that higher tier. If it's in the lower tier item, I have a lower tier price. If it's a mistake, I price it at $1 plus shipping because I want to get it out of my store. I make mistakes when buying too. Those ones I will either donate and make sure it doesn't go into my store because it'll cause a problem of storage later, or I use it as a loss leader. Price it for $1 plus shipping. Somebody gets a really good deal. I get another unit, another widget, and that velocity is really important. It's really, really important to focus on velocity and making sure that your items sell quickly. And sometimes you have to give your item away for that to happen. But simplicity is huge. I can't believe how many things I used to use the list, and now I literally just have a computer. And the debate between MacBook and PC is raging as usual. The reason why I use a MacBook is because they're more reliable. So it doesn't matter whether you use a PC or not, or you use a camera or an iPhone, to be honest, if you have a very specific way of doing it. I want people in the group to come away with a few different takeaways. Number one, I want you to be able to do your accounting and bookkeeping in under 1 hour, okay, per month. So I'm doing my taxes right now for the whole of last year. It's probably going to take me less than 5 hours to do the whole year. People are spending that much time worrying, literally maybe every week, on how to do their numbers. So join the group, tag Cheryl Miller, she's our accountant. Pay for a couple of hours of her time and set up your day, or a local CPA, a local bookkeeper. Ask them how to keep track of your business because everyone's business is a little bit different. Go over a system of doing it, and I promise you accounting and bookkeeping will take less than an hour per month. That's massive. So that's important. And then secondarily, you'll see just how simple the process is, and you'll get that new mindset that in order to speed up the process, you have to remove items. So now because of this video, people will click on my Amazon link and buy this rolling adjustable desk, but it's not necessary. Any desk will work. And the rolling ball that I'm sitting on is an autonomous ball, but it doesn't matter what chair you use. In fact, I actually recommend you stand when you're doing your listing, or you can get an adjustable table. Where can you get an adjustable table? Literally anywhere. IKEA sells them, Home Depot sells them, any furniture store sells them, Amazon sells them. I have a specific one that's white because we picked it because I think it looks better in the videos, but there's you can get any colored table. Make sure that you're in a comfortable environment, and if your desk has nothing on it, it's really going to help you be productive. So eliminating distractions is twofold. One, it's literally removing things out, right? So get rid of anything that's in the way, get rid of people in your life that bring you down, all that distraction gone, and then replace it, because if you don't have something to replace it with, those bad habits, bad people will creep their way back into your life. So insert a listing habit, and I think honestly you can do a 10 listing a day habit in 30 minutes. So we're going to go over that in the next upcoming videos. I'm going to do 10 items shipped, 10 items photographed, and 10 items listed all in a row, and I think it will take only 30 minutes. So most people have 30 minutes. I have a newborn daughter. Her naps are at least 30 minutes. So I could knock out 10 listings while she's taking a nap if you want to do the nap time hustle. If you want to do it full time, I would do a series of those 30 minutes. So I would probably aim for 30 listings a day. And the reason why, drawing it all the way back to the beginning of the video, is that I want your low sales days to still reach your financial goals. And for most people, their goals are between 5 and 20 listings per day. So if you set up your life to do 30 listings a day, you will easily hit your goal. I want you to easily hit your goals, and that requires having a bigger picture, a bigger mentality. Because if you're thinking small, aiming small, your plan is small, you're going to end up having results that are less than small and that's not a good place to be. So I appreciate you guys. Join the group, patreon.com/the Resellers Podcast. Smash the like button. We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.